the role of branches has to change. So branches critical to our strategy, but rather than be transaction centers, they need to be advisory hubs.
Hello and welcome to this masterclass on taking digital banking to the next level. We're here in Barcelona at the headquarters of CaixaBank with the CEO, Gonzalo Gortázar, and we're talking about digital branches. So Gonzalo, thank you for joining me today. How is Caixa transforming itself to be a digital bank?
Well, I would say in three ways. We're transforming the way we operate internally, our processes, our back office, all the re-engineering that we need to do to be much more efficient, be digital. We're transforming the way we communicate with clients, so obviously the channels that we have with clients are allowing us to offer a much more convenient service. And then finally, we're also transforming the content of the services we can deliver to clients thanks to digital.
So is the physical branch a thing of the past now, or will you still have branches where people can go and just do their banking in the old-fashioned way?
As long as I'm alive, I think we will have branches, and we will have quite a few branches. What is going to happen is that the role of branches has to change. So branches critical to our strategy, but rather than be transaction centers, they need to be advisory hubs. And in order to be advisory hubs, obviously we need to change the people that we have at the branches. We need to make sure that they have the right qualification, that they are able to provide value-added service, i.e. financial advice in particular for us at Retail Bank. And we also need to change the layout, the segmentation of our branches, and all these things are priorities for us.
Okay, and obviously you're using the digital to empower the employees so they can go out and do many more things than just sit in the branch. Tell us a little bit about what you're doing on that front.
This is very critical. People look at technology and digital as enablers for clients, and obviously they are, but they are also very important empowerment tools for our employees. I think the key tool is the Smart PC. We now have all our workforce, all our sales force, I would say, over 26,000 people equipped with this tablet, which allows them to basically deliver all the banking services that we can offer in that tablet to clients. It means they are mobile
Right.
within branches.
So the bank's on the move all the time?
And the bank is on the move, our employees are on the move, and they can deliver our services to clients in their premises, if that is convenient.
Okay, and do you find that customers are receptive to that? They like to have the bank come to them rather than they have to go to the bank?
They are very receptive to a different kind of relationship where they see much more transparency, much more specialization. All clients want to have someone that really cares about them in the bank.
Yeah.
And obviously the fact that this someone can actually call on them, visit them, makes a very different impression on clients, absolutely.
All right, and how are you using digital to create new kinds of products and services for the bank?
Well, in many ways. I will give some examples. Something as boring as a bank statement, a traditional bank statement, now can be converted into a personal financial services tool where you can manage your finance, you know where you spend the money really, in which categories, you can plan ahead, you can put saving goals, etc. It's a very clear example. The way we're providing a specialized service, for instance, in FX or in markets, or in difficult concepts, to SMEs that would not have dreamt of having this kind of service, but thanks to video conference, our central core of specialists can actually deliver that personalized advice, are pretty clear examples. Or our financial advisors, our private bankers, our affluent bankers, that can really provide retirement planning, simulations on savings, etc., through that small tablet that we have that can allow a client to really understand what their saving needs are and plan ahead effectively for those.
And finally, Gonzalo, I mean, how do you get all these ideas? I mean, and how does Caixa come up with this amount of innovation?
Well, history helps. The DNA of this institution has always been very technologically focused. We were first in have the processing of transactions connected to the headquarters, or PCs, or ATMs, or mobile, etc. There is something in the DNA, but I would say, think long term. Some of the decisions that are bearing fruit now were taken 5 years ago. Our investment in big data, our investment in mobility, in the smart PCs, these things really you cannot do overnight. I would say avoid complacency, critical. Many people are very smart and investing a lot in this area, so you need to be always very much watching and ready to act very quickly. And finally, for us in a large institution, I think it's been quite critical to make sure that we do not have a conflict between the physical and the digital. We are all one organization, we are all on the same boat, everyone has to adopt digital. When you get your smart PC, you need to give away your desktop, and you only have one option, is to be digital. And we need to all move. Of course, there are people that will lead in that way, but we need to make sure that we all feel in the same boat and we don't have that confrontation, digital versus physical.
Gonzalo, thank you very much for sharing your ideas with us.
My pleasure. Thanks very much for your time.